Welcome back to another episode of The Canon where we talk about the news from comic books and superhero movies. I'm your host Terry, partner Sal, and we're ready to bring you stuff that matters. Starting off with Deadpool 2 lost its director. This happened a little bit time ago, so we got more time to hear the juicy details, Sal, but go ahead and tell me your reaction.
I didn't think it was real. I thought maybe they're like playing a prank on us because it's Deadpool.
True.
And they had a good working relationship, Reynolds and Tim Miller. So at first I thought, oh, this isn't true. There's something going on behind the scenes like that they're in on, but I guess not. So the rumor is that Cable was the reason that they kind of split ways. They couldn't decide on who Cable would be, the actor. So I don't know who wanted who. I know the actor from Friday Night Lights, I forgot what his name is.
Kyle Chandler. So Tim Miller, the director, he cast Kyle Chandler and Mackenzie Davis. So back when we reported on that, it was factual at the time. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds and his crew of suck-ups didn't agree with it, and they wanted to go in a different direction with that casting.
Yeah.
So, but also there's the reports that it was much more than the casting. It was a series of disagreements. So the casting of Cable was one. Also the budget, and this I think is pure speculation, but there's people coming out saying that Tim Miller wanted a much bigger budget for this movie. He wanted to make it more of a Marvel type spectacle, and there's reports anywhere from 150 to $300 million production budget. And to give you context, they made the first Deadpool on a $70 million production budget. And then I guess overall, Miller wanted to explore more Deadpool stuff, make it more of a bigger, grander movie, and Ryan Reynolds wanted to stick to the formula that they did at first. Small budget, funny jokes, blah blah blah.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Reynolds on this because it was such a big hit. They worked with what they had, and it wasn't muddled for the most part. It was kind of there and straight to the point, which was a good thing. So giving them more money kind of gives like Big Brother, the studio Fox, a little bit more say in it, or could have behind the scenes. So yeah, I don't agree with Miller if that was the case. I mean, more money always seems good, and I thought that wow, they would be getting the $300 million budget after the first success. But if the way a movie gets made, you should stick with the formula that got you to the dance. So
see, I was really torn between this, and I'm still kind of am. I think I fall in the middle because I do agree you don't lose the essence of Deadpool. I think you could make it a bigger movie without sacrificing the comedy or the comedic tones that you had. But at the same time, I do think Deadpool, I liked it. It was pretty above average for me. I wasn't one of those people that was in love with it. But I think it was a little small for me. Like, everything was wrapped around that one highway scene. And, so to me, it was cool to expand it out. I'm not saying the budget had to be $300 million. We don't know if that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
But I agree with him that let's explore some more characters. And it's weird they say that because you already bring in Cable and Domino, so I feel like that was a little...
Which can expand the universe
tenfold
that's over.
Right, because Cable himself. So I thought they were already kind of going in that direction. And but yeah, some bigger set pieces or whatever. It didn't have to be a Marvel movie, but just make it a little bigger. At the same time, I agree with Reynolds. You don't want to sacrifice, because why handcuff yourself to $70 million if you don't have to?
Yeah,
I mean, you
I would say definitely
to $100 million.
I would say let's go to 100 and still keep that small budget. That's a relatively small budget.
Yeah,
for this kind of movie. So,
but now the director's gone, unfortunately. So, who do you think should replace them? We got a lot of people saying Quentin Tarantino. There was a petition started. Yeah. It was only like 3,000
I don't think
signatures.
this is gonna ever happen. I don't think he'll go in. I don't know. He might, but he's not that kind of guy. He likes to create for himself. So
right.
I don't think that'd ever happen. And I think a lot of, like you said it before, a lot of things would get sacrificed if he helmed the director's chair. So that's, I think, a totally wrong decision. I know you were talking about Chad Stahelski. He's on John Wick #1, John Wick #2, director, and he worked in a bunch of movies. Coordinator for stunts, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So he is rumored to be working or potentially working on Deadpool 2.
Yeah, the rumor is that the studios reached out to him already and are in talks. But with him aside, you got anybody that you would want to take over?
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen? I don't know if he's ever directed a movie.
No. No, I haven't really looked into it too much. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm blanking on the name. I feel like I kind of cheated because we had time to think, but blanking on his name now. The guy that did
Let's look it up.
he did Kingsman and he did X-Men First Class.
Oh, yes, I don't know.
Can't remember his name right now.
Here, we got it. We'll get it. Matt Britt? No, this
No,
isn't it.
that was the wrong movie.
Wrong Kingsman.
Wait, I feel like I know it. Matthew Vaughn, I see it. Matthew Vaughn. Yeah, I think Matthew Vaughn would do an amazing Deadpool. It's in the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
I think I didn't like Kingsman, but I think just his style is really good. And both those movies had, some comedy in it, so that's who I would go with. Anything else on the Deadpool 2 news? Are you worried about this movie now?
No, I think Reynolds was had a lot of the creative juices going into Deadpool 1, obviously, so I don't think it'll be... And like I said before, it might be pretty cool to have different directors for each Deadpool, like a Star Wars.
Yeah, you brought that up. Yeah.
It might be cool because you can go any direction with Deadpool, and I think it'll still be good because the character's good, and you still have Reynolds there and the original producers for the most part, and the writers. So it might just have a different feel. Same formula, different feel.
See, I agree. Reynolds' stand is the biggest part, but for me, it's like it was such a small, kind of tight-knit family per se that did this movie. They stuck it out for years. Reynolds did most of the legwork. He paid the writers and all the stories of what he did to get this movie to happen. But with such a small group, such a big success, and one of the main guys leave, I think people that stick around is going to have some resentment. I don't know if the same type of effort is going to be put into the movie that it would have been. As you know, we all came back, let's do it again type thing. Now it's a kind of pick sides. And I know a lot of people mention Tim Miller has a special effects company that did work on Deadpool, and they most likely won't be doing Deadpool 2 now because he left. So, I mean, I just feel like it's not going to be the same quality of what we would have had.
Maybe.
And then it almost seems to me like Ryan Reynolds doesn't want Cable in. I mean, I know he wants Cable in it, but I don't know.
I never got that feeling.
Well, I understand he disagreed with the actor they picked, but to say he doesn't want to expand the movie or make it bigger, with Cable you kind of have to. Like, I'm wondering if he wants to cut the role of Cable or...
No, I don't know. I think you can still expand it to a degree without expanding it like an MCU type universe. And we don't know, this might tie into X-Men and still... It could tie into X-Men and still be its own movie and still a smaller universe. So I think they can make it work.
Yep, we'll wait and see. I think a brand new Cable and Domino casting will be coming out at some point now that Ryan Reynolds has this, the train rolling. Speaking of rolling, Incredibles 2, the sequel, the long-awaited sequel, has rolled up an entire year. It was supposed to come out June 2019. It is now coming out in June 2018. We don't know the story or anything, but we do know that the director is back and all the voice talent is coming back. Sal, what do you think about this news?
Yeah, this is, like you said, written and directed by Brad Bird. Same director, same writer. So, same good movie. It was a great movie. I loved it. Where's my super suit?
It's been a long time coming. Like,
Yeah.
it will be 14
I
years.
I kept seeing like someone made this photoshopped eye with the 2 or something on it, like Incredibles 2, and that was like years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was an official thing, but yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's good news, even though we don't kind of know what's going on. It's good news that it moved up a year early. I mean, I'm happy that we'll be getting it finally. Do you think there'll be a time jump, or we'll pick up where we left off?
I think there'll be a time jump. Maybe even he'll probably be in. Well, he was already in retirement, right, Mr. Incredible? Maybe he'll be like really old and have to still come back.
This is not Logan.
Old man Incredible.
The Incredibles 2 comes on. The trailer. And Johnny Cash. Oh my god. I think I kind of want them to pick up where they left off, to be honest. I don't know how many. I don't want to pass another torch movie where it's like Dash and Violet are now the heroes.
I don't think it'll be that, but maybe it'll end like that. Maybe they'll make an Incredibles 3 and then Dash is. But you don't have to do that. It's an animated movie. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Do you think this is too late?
No. It's Pixar, correct?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they can do whatever they want, and everyone's gonna go see it.
That's true.
Finding Dory. Same exact thing. It might have been the same exact time jump.
That's a good point, because a lot of people were weary that Finding Dory wouldn't do the numbers Finding Nemo did, and it like destroyed it.
Not even for a Pixar movie, it destroyed the movie.
Yeah, member berries get you, man. All right, next up, so a little bit of business savvy here. AT&T they pretty much finished the deal to purchase Time Warner Cable, which owns Warner Brothers, for $85 billion. Small change. Sal, what do you think about this affecting the DCU?
I don't know. Like, I've read a lot of articles and people are speculating how it might change. Nothing too specific. Obviously, behind the scenes changes, executive changes, but I don't know that they will. I don't know that that'll be their first line of business, whether if it happens or not. And when it does happen, it's not going to take effect until I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
Quite a good number of years down the line. So by that time, we could have a whole different scheme of things in terms of comic book, superhero, Warner Brothers movies. But Warner Brothers has a lot of success with franchise things. You see Harry Potter, and then now the comic book stuff. And Fantastic Beasts, I think there's 3 movies coming out to those, and then I'm sure something will jump off of that. And then by that time, the deal might have gotten done. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to change too much in terms of directions of movies that they have or anything behind the scenes in terms of film.
Yeah, I have to put my business hat back on for this, Sal. You guys might not know I was a business major, so I have to think, because I freaked out when you first told me. I was like, wait, what? But as Sal alluded to, it'll probably be 3 to 5 years before this even goes through, because the regulation people gotta okay it. But even when it does go through, it's pretty much, if you look at what AT&T does, you look at what Warner Brothers does, and you realize it's a vertical integration, as they call it. So basically, we do one thing, you do a different thing. We're just figuring a way to merge our two, products together. So delivering the content that Warner Brothers makes, because HBO is part of Time Warner and all that. So delivering all that content through our devices and stuff like that. So not changing your content, just delivering it through our stuff.
Which would be good for them. I mean, Warner Brothers already does good marketing. Time Warner, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think it'll. Now, that's a good question though. By the time they take over, if Warner Brothers isn't producing the way it was used to or the way they think it should, then AT&T does ultimately have control to change the executives over there. But as it stands now, I don't think they'll be, changing. It's not like, oh, we're bringing our people in. Yeah. It's like, you do whatever you were doing. We just, own you now.
Yeah.
Sounds weird. It sounds weird.
Don't mess up.
Right. So I don't think that's going to change. But by the time they take over, it's going to be #reboot now. So who cares? DCU is going to be being written by me and Sal. All right, so our last bit of news for today, Oscar-winning Leonardo DiCaprio, his production company recently bought the rights to a Captain Planet movie. Now, we have to stress, because some people with clickbait, Leo is not set to star in the movie. Leo is just set to produce the movie. Sal, what do you think about this news?
I think it's really interesting. I would never have seen this coming, but Leonardo's like the main man to be producing something like this because he loves the planet. He hates global warming. He's very big advocate for saving the planet. So to have this kind of movie in his hands, I think is going to be really interesting. I always hated watching Captain Planet because it was such like something out of the 80s.
Preachy?
Yeah, preachy, and yeah, I don't know. But
was it out of the 80s?
I don't know. It might have been.
I know it played in the 90s when we were kids. Well,
yeah.
But I don't know if it was created in the 80s.
Let's see. Well, anyways, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see just how they even go about it. What kind of what's their agenda with this movie is what I'm trying to say.
It's the key word.
Yeah, like what will it be like this really cool like fight against global warming and like the big guy upstairs, like I don't know, companies, oil companies, shit like that. I don't know. I have no idea. Or will it be it could be a cartoon still. I don't know.
Oh no, it's not gonna be. I think it's gonna be live action.
Well, that's what I thought, but you know, possibilities are there too.
Yeah, it's there. I was excited when I first heard it. Like I said, I grew up on Captain Planet. I love Captain Planet. I don't know about Sal. I mean, he wasn't my number one.
Oh, it was 93.
And actually, Captain Planet himself, I never liked, to be honest. But the Planeteers, I like the idea of them having, you know, each their own ring and whatnot. But then they made Captain Planet, and he would just look really weird to me. Looked like Colgate. But and then you think of the Don Cheadle Captain Planet. It's probably what everybody thinks of when they think of Captain Planet. So it's interesting property. I didn't know about Leo's affiliation to all the Save the Planet stuff until recently. Oh, yeah. So now I'm like, okay, my excitement changed a little. I like, this might be a political message or something instead of a actual movie. But it's still exciting nonetheless.
Do you think they'll stick with the hair?
No, they're going to update Captain Planet, hopefully. I don't think... Nobody wears underwear anymore in the comic book movies. They all get updates, so I don't know what he's going to look like.
It's really weird. Weird story.
I like the story, actually. I like all of that. I think it's going to look some like Power Rangers does now.
Yeah.
But I like the story. I just don't like
Oh, no, I'm talking about like news stories. Weird.
Oh, yeah. So, over under, let's say 35% chance that Leo plays Captain Planet.
Under. I don't think he doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to do superhero movies. I don't think. He might be in it, but I don't think he's gonna be.
You don't think he's gonna be Captain Planet?
No.
Okay.
So.
I give it under. I would like him to be the villain, the big bad suit wearing oil
executive
baron or whoever.
He could be.
Whoever the bad guy is.
He plays the bad guy good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that'll be best. All right, over under 50% Don Cheadle gets Captain. Gets the role. That would be the best. Don Cheadle gets Captain Planet.
That would be awesome.
All right. What do you think about this movie though? Would you go see it or you just gotta wait?
I trust in Leonardo's decision making and now he's an Oscar winner, so it's firm that he's an actor. I don't know. So yeah, I will go see it.
Watch Leo's gonna win the next Oscar for this movie. All right, so that is our episode for today. Sal, any last thoughts? Where can people find us?
No, just retweet and share this, and you'll win. You might win a copy of Deadpool on Blu-ray.
Go out and hug your fellow Cubs fan. Give him a hug, a pat on the back. Yeah, you know, it's rough out there. But remember, if you heard it here, it's canon.